Hey guys, this is Reggie from ReginaldJennings.com. Today I wanted to talk about when buying a new computer. This is always a big topic for my clients. Every once in a while, they always come to me, hey Reg, I'm thinking about upgrading or buying a new computer. I want to get the latest and greatest, but I want to break the bank. So in this video, I just want to discuss a couple things that you should think about when buying a new machine. The first question I always ask a user when they're going to buy a new machine is, what type of user are you? Having the mindset of what type of user are you, or what's the end goal when purchasing a machine, will help not only save you some money but also get the most bang for your buck. In today's day, a typical user wouldn't need anything more than a dual core processor or Intel i3 processor, which is Intel's new dual core processor, with at least 4 gigs of RAM. With that being said, the hard drive space capacity, I recommend anything 320 gigs or above. For operating system, to really utilize the 4 gigs of memory, you will want to go with a 64-bit operating system, so Windows 7 64-bit. And then of course, at that point, then it's the additional features that come with your machine. So, are you looking to have 8 to 12 USB ports? Are you trying to have media card readers and all these different little things? But the first thing you got to ask yourself is, what type of user am I? If I'm going to be a basic user, the specs that I just referenced are for a user that's going to be surfing the web. Every once in a while, I'm going to download, some music and movies, be able to watch films, pictures, and such, and not really go crazy. Now, a high-end user that's going to be doing anything such as video editing, audio editing, anything that's going to be creating new forms of media on your machine, now we start getting into the high-end section, where you're talking about an i7 quad-core i7 processor, with at least 8 to 16 gigs of RAM, to be able to compile that information, a dedicated video card, with its own dedicated memory. I want FireWire, I want a RAID setup. I mean, a lot of this is gibberish. The main point is, you got to ask yourself, what am I going to be using this machine for? And then from there, we can go. So in this video, what I would like to do is I would like to go to a website called dealnews.com, and pretty much show you, when you look it up in a machine, what should you be looking for, and how to go about purchasing a machine online versus offline. Thank you. Hey guys, it's me Reggie. So just continuing on what I was just talking about when buying a new machine, we're actually going to go to dealnews.com. The reason I go to dealnews.com is a good place to get an idea of the current deals that are going on, not only with your local retailers but your online retailers when purchasing a machine. And some of the sites allow you to customize your machine to exactly what you need. So the web address is www.dealnews.com. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually just scroll down to the computer section, and they have a section for PC laptops and desktops. In this video, we're just going to discuss purchasing a new desktop. So there's all types of forms of machines, from the small form factor, the little compact machines such as this, to the full towers such as this. And you got the combos, you got the all-in-ones. The main point is, we need to just hone in on what our end goal is, and what type of specs should we be looking for, and how should we customize it. So in this case, let's find us a machine to work with. Okay, so this is a Dell Optiplex 790 Core i3 dual. Looks like right now there's a deal going on for it, and they want $489 for it with shipping. The specs for this is a i3 processor, 3.3 gigahertz. It has 2 gigs of memory, so it's a little on the slower end of the spectrum. Could you upgrade the memory? Yes. The hard drive space is 250 gigs. With the operating system, security updates, and all your other applications you're going to install, you're probably going to have, you know, just under 200 gigs of free space to be able to do what you got to do. So I typically go 320 and above, just so if I ever wanted some wiggle room, if I ever wanted to get crazy with any music that I want to convert from my CDs, that I want to put on my iPod, of course I want to get a big, more memory and more hard drive space to accommodate that. Also, it does not have a DVD burner, so if you're not trying to burn DVDs or burn CDs, this machine doesn't have it. So let's look at those specs again. This is a Dell Optiplex 790. It has an i3 processor. The processor is good. The memory needs to be upgraded, the hard drive needs to be upgraded, and the DVD drive needs to be upgraded. Now those three things, if we gotta upgrade them, then we want to stay away from this machine, because I'd rather get everything all in once and not have to upgrade them. But with that being said, if you are just a basic user that's going to be doing some word processing, you're going to surf the web, you may want to watch some videos online, and occasionally you want to just pop a DVD in to watch, this will be your machine. But I recommend, of course, upgrading the memory. So then let's look for another machine. Let's see here what we got. Alright, so it looks like this is a Dell Vostro. It looks like it currently has the i7 quad core processor, which is 4 little processors in the machine. This processor is built for compiling, crunching numbers, video compiling, any editing on a higher end. But let's look at its additional specs to see if it really does it justice. So we got here is we got an i7 3770 Ivy Bridge 3.4 quad core processor. This means you have 4 processors running at this speed. You have 4 gigs of memory, 500 gig hard drive. It has a DVD burner. It has wireless built in. It has Bluetooth built in, card reader built in, USB 3.0, gigabit Ethernet, Windows 7 Home Premium 64-bit. Now, for the price of this machine, you could probably get something a little cheaper, but with everything that you have right here, this machine is, like I said, is built for a higher end user. However, the tower is big. The Dell Vostros in this case are known for a good quality machine, but they're still basic. Basic machines wise as just how they physically are, but they're decent machines. So if I was going to buy this machine, I would buy this user for a mid to high end user that really wants to get get into saving their information, burning DVDs, watching movies, probably copy or convert some of my DVDs or CDs from my iPods and such. This is a great machine because of its processor. The amount of memory is at a standard base memory. The hard drive space is more than enough for a standard user, and it has a DVD burner. But with that being said, this is a tower, which means it's a bulky, bigger machine. And of course, if it was me and I wanted this to be for a higher end user, once again, we want to upgrade our memory. Alright, so let's look